All right, so of course, Atletico Madrid advancing 5-3 on penalties. And, you know, of course, really, really exciting times for Atletico Madrid that have not looked their best for quite some time. So, good stuff there, Lance.
Yeah, so for the second time in 24 hours, we're seeing a quarterfinal round of 16 match in the UEFA Champions League going down to penalties. Arsenal successful yesterday and Atletico Madrid. And Brent Sancho did say that if they got to penalties, Atletico Madrid would have won, and they did. Quickly, the results of the Women's Super 50 matches today.
We've been covering
Jamaica
that.
lost to Guyana by 5 wickets, but I think they're still champions based on the points distribution. Trinidad and Tobago finally won a match. They defeated the Leewards Hurricanes by 4 wickets. And in the other game today, we had the Windward Islands defeating Barbados by 44 runs. So Guyana winning by 5 wickets over Jamaica by the Duckworth-Lewis system. But I think we can confirm that Jamaica are still champions based on the lead that they had going into the final round.
All right, so congratulations there to Jamaica. All right, so for our viewers here in Jamaica, here's a chance to win a trip for 2 to the Champions League final, courtesy of JustBet and Sportsmax. Make a bet of $1,500 Jamaican dollars or more on any game from March 1 to April 28, and you could be one of our lucky winners. So that's something you can look forward to. As usual, send us your voice notes via WhatsApp and check out our clips on X, Instagram, and YouTube. We're going to start the interactive segment now by taking some reactions to Arsenal advancing to the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time since 2010. All right, reactions, please. Okay, so we have this one from Eric. What is he saying? Arsenal fans can breathe. As much as I would have loved Arsenal to crash out of UCL, I also want to play them in UCL and beat them. I wonder who's his team. Dr. Ngoni Chabuda, another successful night for the players. Captain extraordinaire and coach fantastical. Well, excuse me, Dr. Ngoni. Alex says, if you told me we'd be doing this 4 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy. Billy Nicolette, long time. Fullerin, proud, and of course that's a tear, and I think it's a tear of joy. Kinan says, Arsenal versus PSG, quarterfinal. Mr. Dami, this group is special. Well, I did expect this. A lot of love there for Arsenal, and the Arsenal fans would have waited for quite some time for this moment, Lance.
Yes.
And they've finally been able to savor.
Yeah, our analyst Lige Williams did suggest yesterday that the last time Arsenal qualified for the quarterfinals in 2010, he was only 11 years old. But, you know, I didn't ask him if he was an Arsenal fan then.
He said he was supporting since he was 4 or 5, I think, in the Champions League show.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said that's the only team he supports. He supports nothing else. Okay. No country, nothing.
Yeah. So that's the teams that are through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona through to the quarterfinals for the first time in a few years. The last time Barcelona were in the quarterfinals would have been about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, so do we take some reactions about Barcelona reaching the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time?
Yeah.
What do we have? Okay, so Lila says, welcome back, Barcelona. Lamine Yamal is special. I've seen this before. Wink. Olayinka says, we are winning the Champions League at Wembley. Bookmark this. Kaizen, they are not going past this round. Ivan Avila, prayed for times like these, man. Rodolphe says, since 2020, put the word out there. We're back. I don't know. I mean, I love Barcelona in La Liga. You know that.
Yeah, but they aren't compelling, to be honest. I mean, I'm happy that they've gotten to this point, but they're unconvincing up to this point for me. Let's hope they can improve towards the back end of the UCL.
Not in a Champions League where we have like City and Arsenal is looking like this, and come on, man. But luck is always very important. Well, we're out of time for today's show, but of course, as usual, thank you so much for tuning into the Sports Max Zone. Have a beautiful evening.